Should be back, should be back. 2 minutes ago. Ah, ah, eh. Oh, and now it's going to keep saying that the live stream is offline. Well, while Witcher's trying to run, let me see. I'm gonna try to write in Discord. Okay, there's Witcher. There's this, there's that. There's Discord. Call Hippocate back. So, is my stream on or off right now?
Well, I see a black screen, I think.
Okay, that's good enough.
Also, the link is different.
Oh, so it switched now. Damn, well, okay.
A giant longship that traveled between worlds. As Gels had advised,
while it is loading, might as well.
set out to find the Sunstone, an artifact needed to draw Erodin into a trap.
Screen or window. Screen. It's kind of a shame that it managed to restart, though. I was gone like, what, 2 minutes? It said. Is the link different? I'm gonna copy and paste it. Oh, it is saying this. Oh, or did you just post it here? Okay, yeah, you did just post it. Never mind. Okay, back here. I'm gonna open this. Let's see if I can reopen my live dashboard. Ah, it's a shame it's gonna cut it out into parts. Maybe I can rename it to 32.5 or something. Okay. Maybe it won't keep crashing or something. So, I'm sort of... Oh, no. Now Witcher is refusing to recognize my... Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. I'm kind of afraid to go back there again, but I'm really curious now what's over there, because computer just saw it, and the best part was after it person was like, oh, we're gathering information about the crash, for a while, and after that it actually did some Windows update stuff for some reason. Okay, don't crash, don't sod. Always so bad about this place that it actually... I almost am wondering if it tried to Windows update, or it just learned that it was about to update and just something went wrong. And it was not even the game's fault. What the? Resume? What? Why did it suddenly pause? Weird things are happening. But at least I'm a harpy killing machine. Not even internet problems, holy shit. Did not expect this computer to start sodding, but hopefully it was a Windows issue and only happened once. Okay. Blah blah, harpy eggs, harpy tail, the talons. Got a bunch of loots, gonna make a bunch of money. Very nice, very cool. Too bad that alchemist was so broke. I could have made more. Poem. When the sun peaks in the sky, seek where the shadow's end lies. Where light into darkness falls, you'll find treasures untold. Really? Wait, I already forgot what it said. Where the sun peaks in the sky, so midday. Seek where the shadow's end lies. If the sun is speaking, I guess it's not gonna be super above, it's gonna be a bit to the side anyway. Okay. Where is the shadow? Over around that brown thing. Well, let's hope I can survive this. Slide down. Yes, I can. We can probably still see where the shadow ends from the ground level here. Oh, well, I mean, there's this giant hole in the ground with a chest. Do I need to do this thing? Yes, I guess I do.
Show me what you got.
I guess while we're doing this, I have to chill a little bit. I think I've brought it up before on stream, right? That I'm following the new DuckTales reboot series, right? Because I remember, I think Hippogate, you talked about how like you weren't a big fan of DuckTales themselves, but of the old series or something like that. I remember some sort of dialogue about this. Do you remember anything?
I remember we talked about it, but I never super liked DuckTales.
Yeah, it's a shame. The new one has a lot of references and whatnot in it, so it's better if you like DuckTales, but it's really cool. And the latest episode, apparently they just kept dropping like 5 episodes a week, and the 2 of them were not on the site where I watched them from, and so I didn't know two more existed. I only saw them in a reaction video. And wow, the latest episode was so good. How did you feel about Darkwing Duck?
I thought it was cool.
Better than DuckTales, I guess, that?
Definitely, yeah.
Alright. Actually, I think I ended up liking DuckTales more, like, later in my life. But, yeah, it doesn't really matter. So, they bring Darkwing Duck in the new DuckTales. And it's just a show in the universe that people watch. Not a cartoon show, though. It's actually, like, filmed. The actor who plays Darkwing Duck is called, like, Jim Starling, which apparently is a reference to Jim Cummings, who is the voice actor, but I just cannot help but associate it with Jim Sterling, which doesn't make me feel happy, but whatever. The point is, just a show cancelled a long time ago. The actor is like old, and it's been mentioned every once in a while. Launchpad is a big fan, probably to reference him being a part in the actual Darkwing Duck series. And again, I'm gonna get a horse. And they just kept like teasing everyone because everyone wants Darkwing Duck, and they just kept like, hey, this is a show long cancelled, just in universe, blah blah blah, bringing it up again, just not to do anything important with it. And in the latest episode, like, started. It's kind of a parody of, I guess, DC Universe movies as well. We're starting like. Some director was making a Darkwing Duck movie, but Darkwing, like the actor who played Darkwing Duck didn't know because he was not actually invited to play the role, and the movie was going to be like this gritty psychological reboot thing instead of a old school classic style superhero thing. And the actor who was actually called to play Darkwing Duck was like his huge fan, looked exactly like him. He had a lot of memorabilia in his trailer and everything. And it was like kind of alright as an episode. But then, wow, okay, good Roach, good animations
nice.
there. Presenting, no, forget I said that. But basically, like throughout the episode, the actor Jim Starling, I guess, the like old Darkwing Duck actor, he starts. Oh, merchant. He starts getting really jealous that there's someone else playing him.
Looking to buy?
Why? I thought that guy was gonna like punch me out.
Show me your wares.
And he becomes actually the antagonist because he is
Show me
resorting
your
to... Oh, it's this guy, fuck it.
So long.
He... What? Well... What? the-
Take a gander. Greetings.
Is this guy? I'm not even talking to you, fuck off. I'm talking to the other guy who is not glitched.
Show me your wares.
Wow, this is marvelous. And he just disappears. That's freaking inconvenient tricks. I'm talking to this merchant, the other one just appears out of thin air. Doesn't allow me to trade and then disappears when his job is done. Anyway. So... The coolest part, and they weave like... He becomes more and more kind of weirdly aggressive. And in the end starts a fire in the movie studio. Even takes a chainsaw because, you know, kind of a reference, I'm not gonna say to what, but there were chainsaws in Darkwing Duck. A certain character used them every now and again. And basically, not to spoil much, but I mean, probably don't expect Hippocate to start watching DuckTales reboot. It ends up being that the actor, the new actor, saves Launchpad from some sort of like result of the fire. There's like consequences of the fire, and it's briefly implied that the old actor actually dies there, the Jim Starling. That he actually dies in an explosion there in the studio, and they mourn him. And then the act they're like, no, there's gonna be no movie. I'm shutting this whole thing down. There's gonna be no movie. Like the director and the producer and whatnot. And then Launchpad and the actor talk like, hey, you can still be a hero. Maybe you could do this IRL. You are pretty strong and like physically fit and pretty durable, because Darkwing Duck actually withstood a lot of punishment. That was like his thing. There was a lot of cartoony comical violence happened to him, and he still like carried on, and they just brought that theme out fully, and the actor was like that as well. So he was like, okay, sure, I guess I can probably do some good. And Launchpad says like, hey, you've got one fan already, gives him a poster to sign, and he signs it as Drake Mallard, which was actual Darkwing Duck from the show's name, like his actual persona's name, but not apparently not in the reboots version of the show. And of course, to top it all off, then the old actor is not actually dead, but he has undergone a Joker-like transformation almost, and he becomes Negaduck. So what started as like a little in-universe show, pretty irrelevant. Now there's an actual Darkwing Duck, an actual Negaduck, and Launchpad is kind of free to become your sidekick as well. So they brought it into like the real world in-universe, and
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it was like the coolest thing ever. And the fucking Negaduck as well. I liked that part of why he was so like he's gonna be so just violent. He goes like, hey, you want dark and gritty? I'm gonna give you fucking dark and gritty. Probably takes out another chainsaw from somewhere. So that was like, I'm still riding the high, even though I watched that episode through a reaction video, because I couldn't find it just out there without torrenting, which I don't really care to do. And I'm like, holy shit, that was cool! It was the coolest thing ever! Even though it started kind of like meh, I didn't care in the beginning and the middle, because it didn't seem like it was going anywhere. Maybe it helps that I am utterly unable to predict like what is gonna happen in episodes, the twists, unless it is blindingly obvious. And now I actually know from spoilers on a certain image site that today's horse episode is gonna be pretty cool. It has a lot of potential from the idea, from the concept that I've seen.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything to you, but I might, if I like it, I might say that it's cool.
You don't know that?
Okay, wait, these are not even the people that I need to talk to. Bart Noden is Eyvind, I guess. It's a shame, I guess Disney is kind of harder than Hasbro going after videos and copyright claiming, because there's not a lot of people doing a lot of reactions on it, because I would have loved to see more. They are doing a lot of cool shit, but a lot of it is kind of, you need context from the show itself to understand why it's cool.
Oh, aye, they mentioned something. Nay, I've more important matters on my mind. By my calculations, today's the day Gevorg, the legendary white whale, will swim the waters of Skellige.
Gevorg, huh?
Been waiting for this my whole
So
life.
like, I forget if I ever explained it. I'm gonna just go on like a 2 more minutes detour on DuckTales because I've grown a bigger fan after the Darkwing episode. So the mother, the sister of Donald and mother of the triplets, right? She was never in the show, in the original show. I guess she was kind of mentioned in the comics sometimes, that I've never read much of the comics. In this show, in the reboot, they made a big deal out of her because she was like a big adventurer and then stole a rocket that was unfinished or something and crashed on the moon. And everyone thought she was dead. Scrooge like looked for her, sent expeditions, never found anything. And then we find out...
Expeditions to the moon?
Well, not really to the moon, but they're just flying rockets around and like looking for her around the moon. Because you know the moon is flat and boring and you will see a fucking duck on it. From space. I guess from orbit. I don't know. But she was there the whole time and surviving like the Martian. Almost a Martian. Like the Martian, but you know, with more fantastical elements. Because she, by the end, managed to find like aliens on there and whatnot in the returns. And like, just in the middle of season 2, it's freaking... The whole season 1 was building up. Oh, they're like the nephews are looking for the truth about their mother. Ooh, mystery. We learn nothing. Then like second to last episode to finally learn what happened to her. And at the very end of the finale, it dropped a hint that she's still alive on the moon. And in the middle of season 2, bam, 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 and she comes back to Earth, reunites with her children and everything. By mistake, Donald now is somehow in the rocket to the moon, but you know. Basically, they do a lot of like big status quo altering shit, and it's pretty cool. What's the whale?
What's this whale about?
Is to appear when spectres descend from the heavens into the waves. The serpent wakes the sea's wrath and an icy monster devours an isle. Be the first bard to compose a ballad about him.
Basically, I thoroughly
Just
recommend
don't happen to mention a curse of the Black Sun, do they?
Black
DuckTales
Sun? What
2017.
are you on about?
Never mind.
Yeah, let's Gevorg with
Let's
you.
watch for Gevorg together, and you can tell me what you know about any elven ruins in Skellige.
Well, go on then.
Heard of some cavern no one's been able to enter?
Good thing too. Elsewise they'd have plundered it long ago like all the others.
Oh hey. Eh!
Haven,
What?
I
Shit.
just wanted to assure you I only want to look around the cavern. It's research.
Research?
Yeah, fuck it.
Writing an adventure novel.
I don't know why I
Gathering
chose that.
material for it.
Mean to write up the coming of the White Fleet? Prime idea. Perhaps you could use my translation of the Song of Gilban and Dillion.
Gladly, gladly. So where's this cavern?
Gotta sail east from Kertrolda. Cavern's in a cove, only accessible from the sea.
So long, and good luck with the white whale.
I guess my
So
instinct,
today, I'm sure that
my reflex was that he might not trust us or give us the info if we chose the other option. Oops. Oops, whoops, whoops. So I guess we found out, and the other option was just another option in case this guy didn't want to tell us. So we did this. How close are we? We are actually like prime close to where the Black One's fleet is. So I'm gonna go there, steal a boat, get that other smuggler's cash. Can't really meditate on the boat though. So hopefully I have guessed the timing correctly, and by the time I'm done with the smuggler's cash, it's gonna be close enough to midnight so I can sneak on the boat. I'm gonna change to that quest. Under cover of darkness. Where are the boats? Boats are actually to my right a little bit. Alright.
You're a wraith from war.
I don't know why I decided to make a dead jump, but sure. Also, I guess we're sailing. I've got nothing else on the mind but like Might and Magic, Witcher 3 and fucking DuckTales. I will assure, some people have expressed concerns over the slightly different art style and choppy animation. And it's true that the animation has like sometimes really low frame rate to it, like, well, choppy, pretty much. But I will say, that it is still probably the best animation I've seen in a while in the show, and I'd take that over really smooth, like Family Guy, or I guess Family Guy had some like high FPS animation there because it's so simple, or any of the Cal Arts style. Oh, another Smuggler's Cache. Because it is much more dynamic, and it's like even more dynamic than old school cartoons, where you actually see like the characters do all sorts of weird like moves sometimes. I don't know how to describe it without it sounding dumb, but like, you know, just they are not limited to basically standing and some preset moves that they can do, like if it was some sort of flash animation, or I don't know, just reusing a lot of frames. Basically everything, they just are not shy or lazy about animating all sorts of movement, all sorts of morphing faces, facial animations and everything. So while it is a bit choppy, it is really at the same time like weirdly fluid, I would almost say, because of just how, I don't know, maybe I have not watched a lot of modern cartoon shows, I'll confess, but I would take that. It's much better than, I think the show is by the same people who did Gravity Falls, but I like, obviously Bill Cipher was great, but everything else about DuckTales is better. And that concludes my weird ass tangent that no one could ever predict or expect. The best cartoon show still is Dan Versus, but you know, everything else can be close to second. How close am I? I'm not even that close, but that's why I didn't wait for the night itself. And why are they like, okay, talking about the game now, I have to imagine I must have went to Emir, or maybe I didn't actually go to Emir on my playthrough with Siri, because they had to have, like, Yennefer had to have told them that we already have Siri, because, you know, they are in on the plan. They agreed to pardon the Lodge if the Lodge helped protect Siri, so that kind of directly implies that Siri is around and has been found. I kind of wonder why Emir hasn't, like, furiously sent for us to report to him. And what are they doing there? Why are they actually by that particular island or anything like that? None of it is too clear. Maybe they, like, you know, sometimes I can't really tell if it's my fault or the game's in how the story is conveyed and how much I understand it. But I think I've read or seen people's opinions before that I think they say that the ending, or just like the last portion of this game is either kind of rushed or kind of like weirdly paced or something like that. Which I think, when I was playing my first time, obviously the dimension hopping quest was really cool, but I think I kind of stopped caring at this point for what was happening. Though defeating the Wild Hunt for good seems to be a good thing. Okay, Geralt, I would really enjoy it if you could just disengage from the boat. Thank you very much. Getting so much loot. I don't certainly need to swim underwater for this whole trip, but whatever. Oh, did I open this chest previously? Interesting. Might have been attacked by a bunch of sea creatures and just decided to surface and swim the hell away. Or I mean sail. I'm not actually sure, but is it always called sail no matter how small and shit your boat is? Would you say you use like sail on an inflatable dinghy boat? Because I don't think there's...
What do you mean?
Like, do you ever say swim on a boat, or is it always sail, no matter how small the boat is?
I think it's always sail.
It feels kind of weird to say a sail on like the small inflatable raft or something, but I guess there's no other verb. In Russian you can
Swim is
say
like,
different...
you know, the act of like moving your limbs to move in
Yeah.
the water.
Fair enough. In Russian it is interchangeable, and you can even say like, I think the verb for walking can be used.
Well,
And-
that's like cool sea guys
Yeah.
say that.
Well, everyone is a cool sea guy if they want to be. You're all
Well,
valid.
it's like professional, you know. Fuck. What's the word?
Like wayfarers or some shit, I don't know. I'm not actually sure what a wayfarer is. Navigator. I just
It's
know
a
the
Nightwish
words.
song.
I know the words from like Here's My Magic. The wayfarer. Okay, maybe I can rest on that little island before trying to sneak into the ships. Hopefully they won't like shoot cannons at me at this distance. Oh, quite a bit of ships. You know what I should have done? I should have just gone for, while I was around here, but I should have gone for all this stuff and
Be easier to sneak on board after dark.
delayed this whole thing that leads up to the final quest and final missions and whatnot, final fights, until next time. But I don't actually remember how long the rest of it is. And we can always finalize our like secondary quests. Wow, really? Just because of the ice, or because I was mid-roll? Oh, okay, just because I was mid-roll. Okay. Now if only I could see which one's the flagship. Wow, they even got lights on the water and everything. Well, I do have a potion for this type of situation. Ooh, shit. I would have been overweight already if I didn't win that better saddlebag. Good to know. Next time in Kertrol to talk to Yennefer, I should probably swing by that guy, the blacksmith over there, and sell him a bunch of my shit. Okay, so map, tell me. Roughly in that direction. Makes sense. And like in GTA San Andreas, I can't really tell where like the circles of searchlights are on the water in this situation. But maybe I don't ever have to surface because of the killer whale. Wonder what that is. I guess just some moss or some shit. Flagship. Now that ship looks bigger and more unique, right? The one with the red on its back. Oh, I swam right past it. Maybe it's not it. Maybe this is the one with the emblems on the sails and everything. What the? No. Swim up, you idiot.
Fishermen, quite the adventure. I remember Antroid. They showed me how to weave nets. Pleasant to come back after.
Okay, this is not quite Assassin's Creed. I'm not sure where I would be allowed to climb out. Probably best to avoid all the searchlights. Just to make sure this is the ship, right? Kind of. Maybe on the front? Maybe by the anchor? That anchor seems less lit.
Hold! It's the Witcher!
Shit.
Emperor's orders! Stand down!
I guess that didn't happen quick enough to cancel out my using the anchor. Oh hey, there's a mirror.
Witcher, what a pleasant surprise.
Maybe they were meant to shout that either way.
Warm welcome. Thank you, Your Majesty.
You should have come with my daughter. Your welcome would have been different. Where is she?
Well, probably should be truthful to the big bad emperor, right?
I suppose.
no reason to try to say that she's inside, can you, for some reason?
Close.
Close, White Wolf, is what you are to decapitation. You're insolent because you believe I cannot afford to hurt you. And you're right. Yet that will change one day, when you are no longer indispensable, but disposable. But enough of that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. What do you want?
Fringilla Vigo. Been told you promised Yennefer you'd free her. I can see. I know you're a busy man. So here's a letter. Ought to refresh your memory about the Lodge.
Even Yennefer's humblest requests seem like threats. I've always liked that about her. Very well, so be it.
Is there... Should we try to question him? He usually doesn't like it.
Time I was on my way.
At last, a point we agree on. Guards, bring me Fringilla Vigo. You may remove her Dimeritian shackles.
That guard is standing through the staircase.
No introductions are necessary from what I've heard. Farewell.
Fringilla. Been a while.
I guess she's from the books mainly, I don't remember her from any games.
The other sorceresses, they're on Ginvale near Ard-Skellig. We could take a boat.
I'm sick to death of boats.
Understandable. Girl, please walk through the portal as well.
And I despise teleports. But have it your way.
How
Let's
many
go.
times? I'm not sure. But I'm getting the feeling that the girl doesn't like teleporting for some reason. This is like a hint I'm getting by reading through the lines sometimes.
Man, it looks like shit, kinda.
The teleport?
Yeah.
A little bit, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna ignore whatever they're talking about. I'm gonna go sell my shit. There's an alchemist here that I can sell a bunch of monster parts to. Talking to Yennefer might bring us into the final sequence and final fights and all that stuff, so I'm actually not even gonna do that. I guess I should wait until all the merchants and whatnot come out of their houses. What, still cannot? Finally, okay, that was weird. So, the rest of the 40 minutes of today, I think I'm gonna be doing miscellaneous stuff. Herbalist, not quite alchemist. I'm not sure if he'll buy my monster shit. Still doesn't have green mold. Oh no, he does! Yes! Ooh, and he's ready to buy all my crap. Well, I mean, actually exactly to the single last coin. And not even half of the Essence of Wraith that I had. Holy shit. What can I alchemize with green mold again? I forget. There was something useful. I wanted superior cursed oil. For that I needed rubedo. Rebis. Blizzard, that's the... Oh no, that's not even the one that freezes people. Okay, this is not as useful. Adrenaline increases sign intensity. For that I would need rubedo. For this I also need the rubedo. So I guess rubedo requires green mold and I can only make one right now. I'm all for oils. That other potion didn't seem super useful and it's good to have all oils. It even removes the category altogether. Cool.
So long.
Now to go make some money from the blacksmith, so I'm a bit lighter on my feet. And the rest I guess I'll have to sell to the master craftsman.
Like rain.
Thank you, girl. The master craftsman, because they always have a lot of money on them. Couple thousand or 1,500 or something like that. Yeah, this time I'm not gonna try to steal from the castle again. Now I know. I feel like I've already done this previously and I already pissed off those guards. But surely this time it was a little bit out of the way and they still got angry at me. Well, stealing is only fun in like Skyrim and Morrowind. I didn't get to steal a lot of things in Oblivion, but I wonder if it's in any way different in there. In Morrowind it was more fun because you had to like fish for the opportunity where everything considered you hidden, and then you just open the inventory and can just drag everything in the inventory with impunity while the world is on pause. And in Skyrim it was just, I guess, a little bit better working overall, and it was fun because of that in another way.
So you're back.
Yes, 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 what do you have in stock?
Wouldn't mind a look.
Okay, I have collected a bunch of crap, and I guess not a lot of it is expensive, actually. The armors are always the heaviest, so let's get rid of all the armors first. Holy shit, and exactly the thing that I should have sold. Well, okay. Can I, perhaps? Yes, wow, okay. Paid him enough. Let's sell him the super deliciously expensive one. I guess maybe that's because he's an armorer and he buys them for more or something. Okay, I guess that's... Wow, not even magic and still more than 100. Okay, I'm getting my money back. I guess I just stopped discovering treasures and whatnot. I have 4,000 again when I was down to nothing. And 4,000 is even more than what I was left with after donating 5,000 to that guy, so that's just how good I am at making money. Okay, now it might be a good time, since I'm here close to the north. I'm gonna steal a boat and I'm gonna cover this sort of stuff here. There was a high level monster here was guarding this. I think it's also the island where the guy with religion books quest lived. There was something on here, and of course all this treasure here. That might be my level right now, so I'm gonna do that. For that I need a boat, and the boats are over there. Whee! Oh shit, that was a bit morbid. I'm pretty sure I saved though. Yeah. How was my inventory weight, by the way? Oh, I can't open inventory mid-flight. How weird. Okay, much lighter and already would be viable without the super cool saddlebags. Right, can we fast boat travel over above? I wonder why my Mozilla hasn't crashed anymore during this portion of the stream. Maybe the Windows update was, or whatever happened. It got it out of its system, so to speak. Okay, can I fast travel anywhere around here? I guess it doesn't still think I'm in a boat. Okay, now it should think I'm in a boat. Harbor there. Probably the closest we'll get. If it means I don't have to turn around in the tight space over there and control that, it's fine by me. Man, I'm already near level whichever next. I guess 35. I must not have leveled. Yeah, not above 34. Cool. There was a period, like it's somewhere in the middle of the game, where leveling just was slow as hell. I guess it was like 15s or something like that when I was just spending time doing quests that were below my level. And I don't even remember how it got to that point. Somehow I completely overtook all my secondary quest supply. Maybe it's because lately I've been mostly doing story, and those give you much more XP. And there was a portion in the middle where I was just doing the secondary quests primarily. Oh well. Hopefully the boat being in a slightly mangled condition doesn't slow it down. And there's a better boat probably over there. I wonder what was there where my marker, like custom marker, is at. Because it's nothing that was marked on the map. Hopefully it's not just one of them giant birds that I thought I had to keep killing to get monster feathers or something like that. Okay, is this where the religion guy was camped out? There's someone here. Broke a boat a little bit more. I guess it was too shallow here. Ivar!
Ah, greetings.
Yeah, I think this was the new one that I guess he didn't like to read the sword.
The Cult of Freya. Ah, this I definitely gotta read.
Complete? Or... Huh. I guess there's maybe some other book somewhere. New World Religion. What a weird quest. Oh well. This I dropped off the book. The guy will have some reading material until I guess accidentally stumble upon another religion book. I think those get marked by the exclamation point quests. Wow, this is 48! What the fuck? When do you get to be level 48 in this game? That does not seem right. Maybe it was added in the expansions, because like this is end game base game time and I am level 30, like mid 30s. Midlife crisis time soon. Man, too real. This time leveling faster than I'm aging IRL. Okay, so still leaving that for now, and I guess just sailing a bit north. Let's see what I had marked, and the treasures are close by that place. Too bad I wish this was not Skellige. Oh, that boat just doesn't want to sit down. Because I wish I could just go quickly swing by the Master Craftsman with my new shiny diagrams, but I guess, I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. I still need to mastercraft my armor. That's the thing. Yeah, I nearly forgot actually. Maybe it wouldn't be too just completely horrible to... I don't know, it doesn't feel right. I should have done that, damn it. I should have thought of that. I guess I didn't have money. Maybe I won't really need mastercrafted armor for the final fights. What level are the quests? I am already over the level of the quests for them, so maybe it'll be easier. But by this point I would love to have all my mastercrafted highest level armors. Now I only have swords of that caliber. But yeah, if this wasn't Skellige, it wouldn't be completely out of place to quickly swing by someone, but I can't imagine, it just doesn't fit with my role-playing sensibilities to sail back to Novigrad while Yennefer is waiting and the Emperor is waiting and everyone is waiting. Okay, so what was around here? Shit, how long is this island? Can I sail around it peacefully? Okay, now the marker is on this side. I wonder why it felt when I was playing this first that I was sailing way more. And it felt way more annoying to sail all around these. Maybe it's because I didn't expect to have to sail actually this much. Okay, there's the ruin and there's someone flying around. What level is he? Please tell me he's manageable. "32. Good enough." Oh, and this would have been marked on the map. What the... I guess I just didn't even want to approach. Wow, for level 32, just a couple below my own, he's dying pretty fast. Why did my plane just explode? I'm not sure. Girl, ever heard of leading your shots? I guess I do have an option for manually shooting. Sometimes. I think you'd only get the option where there's no one actually... What the fuck was happening there? I think he landed on some really awkward geometry. But yeah, it's really annoying. You can't even manually aim when there's like a possible lock-on target on screen. That girl just chooses to select instead. Sure, I'll ignite the lamp. Okay, was that the treasure? That little chest? Apparently that was the whole treasure. Cool, well at least it's clear now. Any boats on that side of the island? No. So swim around and all those islands have treasure on them for some reason. I feel like the timing is gonna fit actually pretty well in the end. So Hibagat, are you just going to like do some racing thing or whatever, or are you leaving as in physically? Oh, okay. So you don't have to like have a lot of time to prepare or anything, because I was about like, hey, maybe if we finish 15 minutes earlier, you have time to like get dressed properly and such, but I guess it doesn't matter then. Okay, that one's right in front, and the next two. Ah, this camera, I literally cannot put it any lower here, and that's annoying as hell. I guess it's too late, I hope... Cyberpunk has first-person options, so that's alright. Wish Witcher 3 had first-person options. That's also why super high-budget, large-ass open-world games are bad. It's because it's probably harder to get devs to fix shit by user feedback if there's just so much to the game that small things are not quite as important. But the aforementioned Pathfinder Kingmaker, the guy was talking about it. He said that the developers were really listening to feedback and really fixed a lot of things. That's kind of a rarity, honestly. Even freaking of course, my worst example is Night Dive, with the Turok 2 remaster, who refused to do a lot of things that I tell them to do. Honestly though, some of those things that I keep reporting are straight up bugs, like clearly openly errors, the game behaving not in the way that it should, instead of, you know, matters of opinion and taste, such as the levels. But at some point they just decided, okay, this is the final version, we're not gonna fix anything else. That's why I'm hesitant to buy the Blood remaster, because I'm not sure I want to keep supporting them. It's not, if I buy the Blood remaster, it's not like it's gonna be like money wallet vote to bring Turok 3, which is the only thing I want out of them at this point. Mercifully enough, if they decide to get to Turok 3, I'm pretty sure its levels were not made out of like tile meshes type situations, so they're monolith, and thusly they might be much harder and more annoying to change, so they might not be ours to change any levels of Turok 3 if they get to it. Okay, that's it for this place? Yes. Wait, this is the island literally just across, yeah, that one. And then in the middle of the ocean, apparently. I've got enough stuff, don't have to wait and rest and replenish my potions and bombs and whatnot. Okay, so maybe it's by that broken mast, maybe there's a little shipwreck over there. It was advertised as guarded. Spoils of war, new marker even. Oh, on the water, interesting. Disengage. Let's see what's below the waves. Ah. Well, time to consume another killer whale. That sounds weird. wow, nearly one shot. But not quite. Okay, where is the treasure? Probably in the cabin. We all know treasures are always in the freaking cabins. No, the cabin is actually blocked. Ugh. Maybe I should investigate from above the water actually, because that's when my Witcher vision is like broken and shows everything regardless of the distance. Yeah, that guy you kill in one shot. Nice. Doesn't actually show anything right now. Maybe it's below something. Looks a bit better than diving for chests in Minecraft, but it's easier, definitely. Okay, I think I can get in the hold here. I guess that's the hold. Speaking of Minecraft, have you been doing anything, or have you not been launching the server anymore, Hippocat, without me? Because I remember you said once that you were surprised by the banner that I put above the door, but other than that...
Are you talking to me because I was away?
Yes. Are you still playing your Minecraft server there, or have you stopped?
I kinda stopped.
Okay. I guess we'll restart at some point maybe, or I mean resume. If we both have time and the mood for it. No, we did, I mean, actually, didn't you just want to check out the village and pillage mechanics?
Well, mostly, yeah.
We did that. Is there any
well, we didn't do that.
I mean,
we haven't fucking won a single siege.
That's true. That one that I thought we won, we ended up, actually, it was not a win. Yeah, I guess there is still something to work towards. Full diamond armor, full enchants.
We're just at that point where we need to grind experience and grind fishing to get good shit. And it's just kind of meh.
I mean, if we need lots of diamonds, which we probably could use, that means we probably need to look for more caves and stuff. So there might be some exploration involved in the future. But I need to get done with Rage before I can return to another open world game. Okay, spoils of war meantime done. Done. Let's swim to where the treasure is marked, probably by those flying creatures, whichever they are. But yeah, there are tons of cave entrances everywhere. So we could just take beds, food, iron equipment, and torches. I guess a sack of building blocks. And just go look for caves that are big enough. I wonder if they're gonna fix the chunk loading thing that they broke when Notch's code was overwritten. Because I would have liked to not have any spoilers about potential caves while I'm sailing and whatnot. Jesus fuck. Geralt, load your shit. Oh, it switched my target. Of course it switched my fucking target. I forget, do Dark Souls switcher or remove your lock on target when it's out of line of sight? I'm pretty sure they don't, only range. I haven't played Dark Souls in a while. But I think I've had my fill of that series for a while.
Not bad.
I wish Geralt could climb whilst there was combat happening. This is supremely annoying. Really, the weakest part, I feel like I've said it before, it's been my opinion since the first playthrough, the combat, even though I really was not utilizing a lot of the tools, and I was having a much more miserable time with it overall, I still think that combat is the weakest part of this game by far, and character movement, controls, all the actiony bits. Though I have already forgotten exactly how combat behaved and controlled in Witcher 2, and if at this point I would go back to that and think it was better. Maybe unlikely, I don't know. Okay, there's a big chest over there. Some ores that we might actually end up using. Dimeritium ore in there. Okay, this treasure's done. There's another here. Where even is that? It's in the middle of the sea with nothing. I should not have left the boat right like that, but whatever. Ugh. Mopping it up. Now when we're done with the main story, I will have all the money and all the resources to get myself all the best armors and go into the DLCs fully prepared. Honestly, because when I played my first time, I think I might have been playing on an, like, difficulty 1 lower than this. And I wasn't really using bombs too much or even just playing worse overall. But holy shit, was the first DLC, which is supposed to be story oriented more than combat oriented or gameplay oriented. It was such a difficult spike for some reason. It was kind of surprising, so I'm guessing that the end game of the main game isn't gonna give me too much trouble. But I do want to prepare for the DLCs, because I was getting destroyed by like every other boss in the first one. And by regular enemies in the second one, when I just ventured out into the wilderness. I wonder if I can shoot them with a crossbow and like half kill them. No, I cannot.
Show me where.
It sure would have been handy though. Okay, shortly running out of swallows. Next time we step out on shore, I'll have to wait a little bit. Okay, I guess now I don't remember if I've investigated the other islands in terms of possible treasure, so I'm gonna just sail along these and see if any markers get added on the map. And that'll be it for today. I wonder if I actually... Maybe there was something and I cleared it. Because this seems like somewhere where I would actually have beached my boat and stepped out. But some of these islands I think had like a bear on them. Wow, level 11. That's low. Is it just me? Were the Aracas or Endrega or any of those giant insects in the books? Because I feel like they don't really fit with the rest of the monsters in this game. Like zombies and undead and I guess harpies I can take, but the giant spider, like, I feel like no one had monsters like that in their mythologies. Man, this ant is actually kind of large-ish. Maybe not really, but still. Could be something on here. Bandits, okay. Not really bandit camp even. Just kind of shitty bandits. Who would you even rob? I guess maybe this is like just a place where they come back to rest and recover and plan new robberies or something, because there's literally nothing to rob on this remote ass island. I cannot actually tell how close I need to be for some markers to activate, because for all I know there might be something over there, for example. There's a ship just sitting. Interesting. I'm gonna go back, find my boat. I'm not comfortable going too far away from it. This place looks pretty cool, if not for all the Inrega bullshit. This giant beach. Though it's weirdly bumpy. But I'm not gonna complain about the weirdly bumpy beach, even though it probably wouldn't be bumpy like that IRL. Beaches are surprisingly smooth. Well, I've not been to many wild beaches where people don't often come, but you'd think they would be even smoother. I don't know. Beach physics are not my forte. I'm not a beach person. Dang it, where do I climb down? I climb down, right here. Warp, 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 warp. Where was the island, like a little bit to the north? I'm guessing maybe that one is inaccessible. Let's just try and see if Geralt starts complaining about being too far from the world. Because yeah, that one seems a bit out of the way compared to everything else. I wonder if it'll let me faster. I mean, on the boat you can always fast travel, never mind, I was afraid for a second. But kind of want to almost check on foot if you reach the end and it warps you. Before it warps you, it opens the map. And now I'm trying to remember if it actually gives you the opportunity to fast travel when you do that. Okay, you know what a sure sign is? There are almost no trees and I don't see any flying monsters on this island. Probably means it's not meant to be reachable. Though I can get weirdly close. Really weirdly close. This thing is absolutely bare. Not a single tree. I guess it's not that strange. Then again, how do trees get on islands in the first place? Birds fly over and shit accidentally with some seeds. And it could happen everywhere. But it's super weird that this island is just rocks. And yet Geralt is not complaining about being at the edge of the world. Ah, now he is.
In one of her portals.
Only devils, and now gay, of course it does the map for me. Well, weird how close we can get. Oh well, there's a couple small islands left there, and I guess my conscience, it's probably conscience, will be clear in regards to clearing up small things here and there in Skellige. Would have haunted me. I cannot bear missing. Then again, there's probably a lot of stuff markers that I just have never discovered because I have not covered every inch of the map. Maybe after I'm done with this game, I guess there will be no point at that point, but maybe before jumping into the DLC or something, it would be fun to just enable all the placement markers on the map in the HUD and just look at how many question marks will be around Velen and Novigrad and everywhere. Because usually when you read a message, not a message board, but like the notice board in a village, the adjacent nearby surrounding area gets filled with all the places of interest. And that's how I explored the first time, and maybe that was a mistake, because it really took the actual navigating the environment and exploration out of the picture, because I was just following dots on the map. I was a young and silly boy back then. I was also not convinced even remotely that Witcher 3 was playable without map markers. But I guess just turning on the map to see your one quest objective is not as bad. I can always justify that as, you know, people having secretly told Geralt exactly where things are and him knowing it and being able to tell by the map. Okay, so where was that ship around here? There's a bunch of enemies over there, that might signify something. Which island is this? I was around that one, ship is somewhere around here, I guess. Bunch of Andregas, a bunch of harpy things. I think I'm not gonna actually land. I'm gonna just sail by and see if my distant sense picks anything up. I mean, there's just straight up a box over there. I can see it, but it might have been something I've already picked up. There's a corpse here. This could have been one of them treasure quests that I had done. Oh no, the box is new. Interesting, it's a treasure, but it's not marked as guarded treasure or anything like that. Cool. Harpies, as always, to brighten up my day. Good physics. Man, do you want to maybe target the one that's right by you, girl? Maybe the rest are too far, maybe I can loot these crates. Fishing rod. Right, fish. I mean, food is food, right? Fishing rod. Bryonia and honeysuckle for some reason. Plants and chemistry and seashell. Okay, well, fuck it. You know what? I don't think there's much to be had around here anywhere. If it was a little bit less of a hassle, if it was Skyrim-like, where I could just, you know, loot at the same time as I fight, not have to wrestle with girls' shitty auto-aim and auto-target, I would have probably just walked all around these places and explored them. But I think this is about where we're gonna end. And I've killed the harpies. This little batch. I'm gonna end the stream. Next time, I guess we're gonna start by finishing the story mode. I keep calling it story mode for some reason. The storyline. Girl. God damn it. And then we're gonna spend the rest of the time just preparing for the DLC. Maybe I'll start the DLC immediately. The beginning quests. You get introduced to some characters right away that are fun and interesting. So could leave on a cliffhanger or something. Man, I am kind of tempted. I don't feel like streaming it, but I'm kind of tempted to just run around these islands. But I guess there's nothing. Wolfsbane doesn't matter. And it's not like I see on the map where I've been. It's not like there's fog of war on the map that gets cleared or anything. Oh well, I guess this is enough. Let's go get our boat. And that'll be a good place to mark the end of this session. What I fully expect to be the penultimate session of Witcher 3. Okay. By which I mean main game, of course. DLCs are gonna be their own thing, but they're short. Save game, empty save slot, manual. Alright, well, this'll be it. See if I can get 6 or so minutes to prepare for races. And see you next time. Ever since the episode, there's literally no one in chat, so I don't even have to say goodbye. 3 to 1, stream stop.